A hidden psychological treasure in ancient Eastern texts. Have you truly understood it? This slim little book was hailed by Jung as the pinnacle of Chinese alchemy. It's not just a simple Taoist guide to health and longevity, but a key to the deepest door of life's inner journey. The Secret of the Golden Flower, originally known as Tai Yi Jin Hua Zong Zi, is a Taoist inner alchemy text from the Qing dynasty or earlier. Translated into German by Richard Wilhelm, with extensive psychological commentary by Jung himself, it stunned the Western psychological world upon publication. Why could an ancient Chinese text fascinate a modern master of psychology so much that he saw it as an Eastern mirror of the collective unconscious? Today, let's peel back the layers of this golden flower together and explore how it guides us from chaos to light, from fragmentation back to wholeness. Chapter 1: The Origins of the Golden Flower Secret and the Collaboration of Two Masters. The Secret of the Golden Flower was originally titled Tai Yi Jin Hua Zong Zi. It is a concise yet profound Taoist text on inner alchemy cultivation from the Qing dynasty or earlier. Though only about 10,000 words long, it distills the essence of the complete reality school and Taoist inner alchemy. It attributes its transmission to patriarch L. Dongbin. Legend has it that L. Dongbin was enlightened by Zhongli Quan in the Tang dynasty, slew the yellow dragon with his flying sword, and left behind many inner alchemy instructions. This book is one branch of that lineage. The book's language is ancient and full of metaphors, such as golden flower, embryonic breathing, turning the light around, and guarding the center. On the surface, it appears as techniques for health preservation, but in reality, it points to a complete transformation of the psyche. In the early 20th century, the German sinologist and missionary Richard Wilhelm lived in China for many years, deeply engaging with Taoist classics. He discovered this handwritten copy in an antique market in Qingdao or Beijing, and was drawn to its unique system of imagery. Wilhelm, fluent in Chinese, translated it into German and titled it Das Geheimnis der Goldenen Beete, meaning the secret of the golden flower. After completing the translation, he sent it to Jung for review, unexpectedly sparking a powerful resonance in the latter. Jung was then at the peak of his psychological explorations, having proposed concepts like the collective unconscious, archetypes, and individuation, yet lacking supporting evidence from the East. When he read the descriptions of the golden flower blooming, he exclaimed that it was precisely the Eastern counterpart to the Mandala. He immediately wrote an extensive commentary, juxtaposing Taoist inner alchemy with Western alchemy and Christian mysticism, pointing out that they all refer to the same psychological process, from fragmentation to wholeness, from the ego to the self. The publication of this book became a milestone in the dialogue between Eastern and Western spiritual traditions. Wilhelm provided a faithful text, while Jung offered a modern interpretation, transforming it from a secretive Taoist heart method into a universally accessible book of life. In his preface, Jung candidly admitted, "This Chinese text gave me an indescribable confirmation. It proved that many things I had been pondering for years were already expressed in another language in the East." Many Western readers first encountered the depth and universality of Eastern wisdom through this book. Today, reading it, we discover that it belongs not only to Taoism, but to all humanity. It is like a seed that, planted in different cultural soils, can bloom into flowers unique to each. Moreover, this book influenced many later thinkers and practitioners. For example, in the mid-20th century, some Western existential philosophers read it and began reflecting on the relationship between existence and essence, incorporating the golden flower imagery into explorations of human freedom. Psychotherapists have even introduced turning the light around practices into group therapy, helping participants recover inner peace from collective trauma. In the contemporary mindfulness movement, we can also see echoes of the golden flower secrets, those techniques emphasizing non-judgmental awareness of the present moment and observing thoughts are modern versions of turning the light around. The seeds of the golden flower have thus quietly spread across eras and borders, blooming in myriad forms, yet all pointing to the same core: humanity's innate potential for self-healing and wholeness. This universality is why this ancient text continues to be read and practiced repeatedly by people in different fields today. Notably, shortly after its publication, the book was translated into multiple languages and circulated in European and American academic circles. Some anthropologists saw in it evidence of common cultural archetypes, while psychiatrists used it as a reference for complementary therapies. Even in post-World War II trauma treatment, some therapists experimented with turning the light around practices to help patients rebuild inner security. These historical traces show that the golden flower secrets never stayed confined to the pages, but quietly entered modern lives, becoming an invisible aid for healing and growth. This is the true secret of the golden flower. It transcends any single teaching or tradition, pointing instead to humanity's shared inner potential. Chapter 2: Turning the Mind Away from Conceptualization, the Awakening of Conscious Light. The text opens by getting straight to the point. The human mind is perilous. The Tao mind is subtle. Only through refinement and unity can one faithfully hold to the center. But the real entry point is the four words: turning the mind toward the light. This means shifting the heart from outward dispersion to inward illumination. Modern people are accustomed to chasing outward eyes on phone screens, ears listening to music, thoughts pursuing desires yet rarely turning inward to observe themselves. The book calls this the conscious spirit in charge, meaning the ego consciousness dominates everything. The first step in cultivation is called turning the light around. Turning the light around is not closing the eyes, but gathering scattered attention back, like a mirror turning toward itself. The book says, what is light? It is precisely the single thought in the present moment. If this single thought can be gathered inward, it can illuminate the original mind. Jung explains that this corresponds to the introverted function in psychology. Extroverted personalities always seek stimulation outward, while introverted ones naturally turn the light around. But modern society rewards extroversion, leading many to inner emptiness. The specific method for turning the light around is simple: find a quiet place, sit upright, gently close the eyes, place attention lightly at the brow or nose tip. Without chasing stray thoughts or suppressing them, just observe them coming and going. At first, stray thoughts surge like a tide, but with persistence, brief moments of clarity emerge. That is the subtle light of the Tao mind first appearing. The effects of turning the light around practice often only become evident after sustained effort. Many beginners easily give up midway, thinking too many stray thoughts mean failure. In fact, stray thoughts are not enemies, but the natural flow of the mind, like clouds in the sky, coming and going without trace. The key is not to get caught up, but to maintain the stance of an observer. Jung particularly notes in his commentary that modern people have overly strong conscious spirits because they long ignore the calls of the unconscious, leading to inner energy imbalance. Turning the light around is like a key that gently turns to open long-sealed inner spaces. A British psychologist once suffered long-term burnout from his profession. Hearing too many patient stories, his own heart accumulated negative emotions. By chance encountering this book, he began turning the light around for 20 minutes each morning. At first, his mind was like a bustling marketplace, filled with patients' faces and dialogue fragments. But after 3 weeks, he found the gaps between stray thoughts lengthening, sometimes sustaining several seconds of quiet. In that moment, he felt a peace he had never known, as if a lamp lit up inside. From then on, he approached patience with greater calm and began journaling his inner changes. This is precisely the effect of turning the light around, not creating light, but removing what obscures it. Jung emphasizes that turning the light around is not escape, but establishing an inner foothold. Only by standing firm inwardly first can one face the outer world with clarity. Otherwise, one is forever pulled by external conditions, like a leaf in the wind. Turning the mind away from conceptualization is the threshold of the entire golden flower path. Crossing this step makes later embryonic breathing and golden flower possible. The book also warns that if turning the light around is too forceful, it can easily cause headaches or eye swelling. That is the conscious spirit resisting. One must be gentle and natural, like a mother coaxing a baby to sleep. True, turning the light around is effortless action, leaving no trace. Additionally, the book mentions auxiliary methods like guarding the aperture, lightly placing attention at specific points, such as the upper Dantian brow or middle Dantian heart area, to help stabilize the mind-spirit. This is not rigidly fixating on one spot, but using the aperture to settle the spirit and prevent attention from completely scattering. Jung sees this as similar to the starting point of his active imagination technique. First a focus, then letting unconscious contents naturally emerge. Many mistakenly think turning the light around requires complete thoughtlessness. In fact, thoughts at the beginning are fine as long as one does not chase after them. Like waves on a lake, as long as one does not stir them, they naturally subside. With long-term practice, not only does the inner mind stabilize, but subtle bodily changes occur, such as breathing naturally slowing and pulse steadying. These are signs of the Tao mind gradually illuminating. But everything prioritizes naturalness. Do not deliberately pursue it, or one falls back under conscious spirit control. Turning the light around practice can also combine with daily activities, such as mindfully tasting food while eating or aware of footsteps while walking. These are turning the light around in movement. Though the book emphasizes seated stillness, it also implies practice in all walking, standing, sitting, lying. Jung, in his later years, often naturally entered turning the light around states during walks. He believed nature is the most powerful aid, helping the mind-spirit stabilize faster. If modern people find seated stillness difficult, they can start from these small practices, gradually cultivating inner awareness. Chapter 3: Primordial Spirit and Embryonic Breathing, the Nurturing of Inner Life and Breath. After stabilizing, turning the light around, cultivation enters the embryonic breathing stage. Embryonic breathing is a core term in inner alchemy, referring to breath so subtle it is barely perceptible, like a fetus in the womb, relying not on mouth and nose, but connected to the mother via the umbilical cord. The book describes, when true breath arrives, nasal breathing gradually stops, the Dantian warms, and the primordial spirit awakens like an infant. On the surface, it is a breathing method. In reality, it symbolizes psychological rebirth. Jung equates the primordial spirit with the self, the whole personality, transcending the ego. The self is not something we create, but an innate potential, like a seed germinating under suitable conditions. The embryonic breathing process provides soil, water, and sunlight for this seed. In specific practice, continue turning the light around while noticing natural abdominal breathing. On inhale, the lower abdomen slightly expands. On exhale, it slightly contracts without force. Gradually, attention sinks to the Dantian, sensing a subtle warmth there. The book says, true intent comes and goes. This is called embryonic breathing. True intent is not mental thinking, but naturally arising intention from the depths. Jung notes in his commentary that embryonic breathing highly aligns with the sacred infant in Western alchemy. Alchemists depict an infant gestating in a glass vessel, symbolizing the birth of the philosopher's stone. This infant is not external, but purified from primal matter. Similarly, the primordial spirit is not newly created, but liberated from ego bonds. The challenge in the embryonic breathing stage is that many are used to shallow chest breathing and struggle to feel the subtle movements in the dantian. Then, one can gently guide with intention, imagining warmth rising from the perineum to the lower abdomen and slowly diffusing. But intention must be light, like a breeze, not forceful pressure. The book emphasizes intent arrives, energy arrives, spirit arrives, sequential progression, not reversing order. Jung adds that this resembles progressive relaxation in Western autogenic training, both through body awareness, gradually entering unconscious realms. A Swedish female painter, talented in youth, but plunged into long-term depression from romantic setbacks. She tried various therapies without success, later encountering Jungian analysis and reading this book. Her analyst guided her in embryonic breathing practice, daily lying down, hands on dantian, imagining warmth gathering there. At first, she found it amusing, but after a month of persistence, one day in meditation, she clearly felt a warm flow slowly rising from the lower abdomen, while dreams featured infant imagery. She awoke in tears, feeling years of frozen emotions beginning to melt. Thereafter, her painting style shifted, full of warm vitality, leading to multiple exhibitions. This is living proof of primordial spirit, embryonic breathing. Once inner life gestates, outer creativity naturally revives. Embryonic breathing requires great patience. The book says, if timing is insufficient, forcing it harms. Jung also warns that many rush for results, instead causing anxiety or hallucinations. True embryonic breathing is letting nature take its course, like spring seeds breaking soil without external urging. This stage may accompany subtle bodily changes, such as warm hands and feet or faint sounds in the ears, signs of energy circulation. But do not attach to them, or deviations arise. The true meaning of embryonic breathing is relaxing the ego, allowing the primordial spirit to naturally manifest. This stage sometimes includes movement and stillness experiences, the body seeming to slightly sway, or subtle currents through meridians. Ancients called this the river chariot first turning, symbolizing inner energy beginning to cycle. But if overly excited or fearful, it interrupts the process. The correct attitude remains observation without intervention, letting it develop naturally. Jung observed that many of his clients also experienced similar bodily sensations during analysis, often signaling unconscious contents about to break through. These phenomena remind us that body and mind are one. Psychological transformation inevitably accompanies physiological changes. Embryonic breathing is the bridge connecting the two, gradually awakening dormant vitality through subtle breath regulation. Those who persist often find improved sleep quality, more stable emotions, even enhanced intuition. These are outward signs of the primordial spirit gradually strengthening. Additionally, once embryonic breathing stabilizes, some feel an inner joy independent of external conditions, like spring water surging from the depths. The book calls this true joy. Jung links it to inner harmony from the self. This joy is not excitement, but satisfaction and calm, enabling composure in adversity. It reminds us that true happiness arises from awakened inner vitality, not accumulated external achievements. Chapter 4: The Blooming of the Golden Flower, the Sudden Enlightenment of Self-Realization. In deeper cultivation, the book's most wondrous scene appears, the golden flower opening. The practitioner suddenly sees in the void a golden flower slowly blooming, radiant, with crystalline petals, layer upon layer, illuminating the entire body-mind. In that moment, no self or other heaven, earth, and all things as if in the palm. This is not seen with physical eyes, but with the mind's eye. The book says, when the golden flower appears, one knows my fate is not ruled by heaven. Jung excitedly equates it to the complete form of the mandala. The mandala is a circular symmetrical pattern symbolizing self-integration. In active imagination or dreams, Westerners often see crosses, squares, lotuses. Ancient Chinese expressed the same archetype with the golden flower. Jung recalled his 1944 severe heart illness near-death experience, seeing vast golden light, night turning to day, strikingly matching the golden flower description. This convinced him such experiences transcend culture, direct manifestations of the collective unconscious. Signs before golden flower blooming sometimes include prolonged clear emptiness or repeated circular, luminous imagery in dreams. The book describes light born from the void, precisely creation from nothing. Jung points out this highly aligns with his mandala painting therapy. Many neurotic patients naturally enter calm while drawing circular patterns, eventually producing highly symmetrical, beautiful designs, often signals of self-activation. An Italian musician stalled in mid-career with inner doubt. A friend recommended this book. He began practice half-doubting. After playing each day, he sat quietly a moment, turning the light around and guarding embryonic breathing. After half a year, one late night, he entered profound stillness. Suddenly, golden light floated before his eyes, a lotus-like flower slowly opening, its center shooting myriad golden rays enveloping the body. He felt every cell singing with joy, years of suppressed sorrow instantly released. Upon awakening, composition inspiration surged like a fountain, creating what was hailed as his career peak work. He later shared, "In that moment, I understood music is not created by me, but flows from the depths." Golden flower, blooming often arrives suddenly, not to be forced. The book says, when the moment arrives, the spirit knows no need for premeditation. Jung also emphasizes this is not a product of will, but cooperation between unconscious and conscious. Forcing it backfires. After blooming, personality qualitatively changes, opposites unify, good and evil, light and dark, yin and yang no longer conflict, but harmoniously coexist. Outwardly, this manifests as greater inclusivity, compassion, and creativity. But Jung warns that attaching to this experience, thinking oneself enlightened, breeds arrogance, the greatest obstacle. True golden flower, after blooming, earns to worldly life, continuing ordinary existence. After the blooming experience, people often gain a new perspective on life. Formerly irritating things no longer sting so much, interpersonal conflicts easier to resolve. Because the self's view transcends dualistic opposition, seeing multiple sides simultaneously. Jung in his later years often used himself as example. After golden flower-like insights, he did not retreat, but continued writing, meeting guests, traveling, integrating inner light into daily life. He believed true individuation realizes the self in relationships, not detached from them. This fully aligns with Taoist spirit of entering the world while cultivating. Many practitioners find the most notable change after golden flower experience is greater compassion for others, seeing them also struggling and growing on the same inner journey. This compassion is not forced, but naturally flows. Because, from the self's view, others are no longer external, them, but part of the whole. Jung observed many undergoing individuation unconsciously engage in charity or helping work. Their motivation not moral duty, but natural extension of inner wholeness. This is the fruit of golden flower blooming. Personal fulfillment simultaneously illuminates the surrounding world. Chapter 5. Facing the shadow obstacles and the dark side of the unconscious. The text is very honest, describing not only light, but directly facing obstacles. In cultivation, hallucinations, fears, anger, surging desires, even bodily discomfort may arise. The book calls these yin spirits causing trouble, or going astray in fire, without discernment, easy to get lost. Jung highly praised this, as it perfectly matches his shadow theory. The unconscious contains not only light archetypes, but dark ones like demons, monsters, destructive forces. If one-sidedly pursuing the golden flower while suppressing the shadow erupts as obstacles. He compares obstacles to the Negredo blackening stage in alchemy. Matter first rots, blackens, emits foul odor before possible purification. Psychological transformation must also pass through the dark valley, facing repressed anger, jealousy, lust, power, desires. The key to shadow integration is honest face, not moral judgment. Many, upon seeing inner darkness, immediately suppress or self-condemn. This only empowers the shadow more. The correct way is like treating a misunderstood friend. Listen to its voice, understand its origins. Jung's active imagination technique is designed for this, actively dialoguing with shadow imagery, asking what it wants, what it needs. A Canadian male entrepreneur, successful yet inwardly irritable, often lashing at employees. After beginning cultivation, he had terrifying nightmares, dreaming himself as a beast tearing others. At first terrified, thinking deviation, later, with Jungian analyst help, he actively faced these images, journaling dreams and dialoguing with them. Gradually discovered the beasts symbolized childhood anger repressed under strict father. Through acceptance, not opposition, these dreams turned neutral, even appearing guiding figures. Ultimately, his golden flower experience stabilized more, personality gentler, employee relations greatly improved. The book provides methods to counter obstacles, neither fear, welcome, nor chase. Fear amplifies it, welcoming falls into it, chasing loses oneself in it. The most correct attitude is awareness, observation, let in come and go. Like clouds passing blue sky, leaving no trace. Jung adds that modern people often project shadow outward, hating certain groups, actually hating parts of self. The golden flower path requires withdrawing projections, bravely facing inner darkness. Only with shadow integrated does golden flower light not tilt. This chapter reminds us true wholeness is not absence of darkness, but light embracing darkness. The yin-yang fish with black dot and white and black, precisely this principle. This yin-yang mutual inclusion wisdom is gradually verified in modern psychology. Studies show those completely suppressing negative emotions more prone to psychological issues. Those accepting and transforming negatives have significantly higher resilience. The golden flower path offers an ancient yet effective integration route, neither denying nor indulging darkness, but letting light penetrate it, ultimately merging both. This is why Jung saw this book as revolutionary for Western psychology. It compensates Western traditions' fear and rejection of darkness, offering a more complete transformation model. Chapter 6. Daily Life Practice: The Golden Flower Path in Modern Everyday. The book repeatedly emphasizes cultivation not in mountains, but in the world. It concludes, in daily activities, eating and drinking, walking, standing, sitting, lying, all are the dojo. When timing is sufficient, the golden elixir forms naturally. Meaning golden flower. Light must shine into daily life for true stability. Jung fully agreed. He often said in later years that individuation's ultimate goal is not becoming a hermit, but better living in relationships. Those realizing the self better understand others' pain, more willing to contribute to society. How can modern people integrate the golden flower into daily life? Jung suggests several simple practices. First, active imagination daily, quiet 10 minutes, dialoguing with inner imagery like dream figures. Second, record dreams, write them immediately upon waking. They are unconscious messengers. Third, artistic expression, painting, music, all pathways for golden flower externalization. Fourth, nature contact, forest walks, gardening help turning the light around. A Korean office worker with 2-hour daily commute and immense stress. Inspired by the book, he practiced subtle turning the light around on the subway, closing eyes, noting breath, not seeking deep stillness, just gathering the mind. After months, he found irritation with crowds reduced, reading time increased. More importantly, weekends he began drawing mandala patterns, inner peace much greater. Later, he quit some work, starting a small meditation class helping colleagues reduce stress. He said, "The golden flower is not distant, it is awakening in this very moment." A Dutch mother with high parenting stress, often losing temper with children. She later shared that after practicing embryonic breathing, she not only had more patience with children, but smoother marital communication. Because she could first notice her emotional triggers, not reacting immediately, but leaving a few seconds to observe, this often prevented conflict. Beyond personal practice, many modern institutions begin drawing from golden flower wisdom. For example, some companies introduce short meditation training, helping employees stay clear in high-pressure environments. Schools teach children simple turning the light around to manage attention and emotions. These applications prove ancient wisdom can fully serve contemporary life, as long as we approach with open minds to accept and transform. Further, some educators simplify golden flower principles into children's courses, using breath observation to help manage emotions. Medical fields experiment integrating turning the light around into post-surgery recovery, reducing patient anxiety. These cross-field practices all prove one fact: the golden flower path is not an unattainable secret art, but accessible life wisdom for everyone, only requiring letting go of preconceptions and sincere trying. After reading this book, she practiced embryonic breathing after children slept. Gradually, she gained more patience with children's crying, able to first notice her emotions before responding. This improved family atmosphere and brought her inner warmth. Jung said, "Whoever realizes the self can better love." The golden flower path ultimately lands in relationships. Less judgment, more understanding, less control, more trust. Daily small acts like listening to a partner, forgiving a colleague, helping a stranger are adding fuel to the golden elixir. Chapter 7: Eternal Golden Light, Life Insights, Transcending Time and Space. A century later, the secret of the golden flower still illuminates countless hearts. It proves humanity's longing for wholeness never changes across ancient and modern, East and West. Taoist inner alchemy, Alien yoga, Christian mysticism, though languages differ, all point to the same inner journey. In today's fragmented era, people torn by information, consumption, competition, inner division, and greater. This book is like an ancient remedy, reminding us to pause, turn the light inward, nurture the primordial spirit, let the golden flower bloom in our hearts. Jung predicted 21st century psychology would integrate Eastern and Western wisdom. This book is the earliest bridge. It tells us life is not outward conquest, but inward return. Wholeness, not flawlessness, but embracing all. Whether psychologist, artist, entrepreneur, teacher, student, or ordinary parent, the golden flower awaits in your heart. It requires no renunciation, no abandoning career, just daily giving the inner self a little quiet. Next time you're exhausted, anxious, lost, remember, turning the mind toward the light is but one thought. Embryonic breathing and primordial spirit are inherently complete. Shadows, though frightening, can be transformed. The golden flower, though secret, blooms for you. In this rapidly changing world, the secret of the golden flower is especially precious. It needs no complex rituals or expensive courses, just daily quiet, persistence, a heart willing to turn inward. No matter how technology advances, humanity's longing for meaning, wholeness, and connection never changes. This slim little book is a lamp crossing millennia, reminding us the true book of life is already written in every heart, awaiting us to open, read, and practice with heart. Opening this book is actually opening oneself. Every ancient phrase is a call to the inner, every image an echo from heart depths. The golden flower never departed, it quietly awaits, only for us to turn our hearts toward the light and proceed. May the golden flower light continue blooming in countless inner worlds, converging into a vast, warm, and bright ocean. May we all in this noisy world guard this one eternal golden flower, letting its radiance warm ourselves and illuminate others.